The views and opinions on this show are for entertainment purposes only. The only factual information is any story that has happened to AT2 or the parties involved. Other than that, go ahead and get you a drink, get you something to eat, just relax and enjoy the show. Let's have fun. All right, y'all, let's get real. Ushers, y'all went ahead and locked the church doors, right? Because we ain't leaving until my rent is paid. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. Hold on, let me make myself bigger. Hold on. There we go. What's up, everybody? It's your boy AT2. Welcome to a brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. And yes, I'm your boy AT2. How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling? It's a lot going on. So, Lamor Bishop Whitehead, whatever you want to call him, he went ahead and went live. And he also went live with Tasha K. And they made some insinuations. Now, I do want to say the audio that they played was from a long time ago. I actually covered this a while ago. But it was from a long time ago with a gentleman making accusations against Reid. The case was actually dismissed, and the YouTuber that put the videos up had to take them down. That was a part of the agreement or whatnot. I think there was some money that had to be paid, but a part of the agreement was that they had to take everything down. Hey, Tiana. Oh, let me say what's up to the people. I'm sorry. What's up, Tiana? What's up, Doris? What's up, Juice? Thank you for coming. What's up, Vegas girl? What'd you say? Yeah, shrink him and make you. Y'all don't want to see Big Greasy? Big Greasy? Y'all don't want to see him? My lips are kind of greasy right now, too. What's up, Woo Child? What's up, Casey? Thank you for coming. Yes, tonight is a night that you want to sip. What's up, Angel Eyes? What's up, Dana? Thank you. Everybody come in, and then, we're going to be passing around that collection plate the whole time. So if you want to drop $1 or $2, go ahead and send a super chat, super sticker, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all that. What's up, Alonza? Is it Alzana? What's up, Alzana? Thank you for coming. What's up, Laugh, Gas, and Gossip? What's up, Priscilla? All right. It was settled. Okay, it was settled between them. Yeah. So he's bringing up this old audio, and my question is, like, when you suing somebody from defamation, you're not supposed to defame the other person, right? I'm not a lawyer. Remember, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. Let's ask the lead attorney. But here we go, y'all. Y'all ready? Hold on. Let me get the right screen. Here we go.
7 p.m. 7 p.m. Oh, you want? Oh, she said you want.
So
jump
he's
on now?
announcing that he's going to go
Tasha,
live.
I think Tasha want to jump on right now. Y'all, hold on. Send me a request, Tasha. Hold up. Let me see if Tasha. Where Tasha at? Yeah, hold on, Facebook. I got to turn y'all around. Tasha want to come on. She want Tasha K. Want to come on? Oh shoot, Tasha, where you at, Tasha? Hold on. Boom. Let's get Tasha up here. Did I request her? Did I hit?
This was a setup, y'all, right?
Hold on. Bam. Okay.
Hit that thumbs up button.
Around. Boom. Let's see when she come on. I'm gonna switch for her to come on.
What the hell going on? What's going on at 7 o'clock that I need to be present for?
Tasha, we got police reports. We got
police reports.
We got police reports now. This police report, it's confidential, so don't have the names. But what it does have, from my team's research, it has the address where Reid was the owner. So I
was what?
He's the owner. He was the owner.
Oh, okay.
Of the house.
She in Africa, so her internet's not that good, y'all.
Got me?
Oh.
Yeah. Yes. So
does this have anything to do with what you talked to me about earlier? I want to say nothing
yeah. So, I think you should jump on like after I finish because, Tasha, you know, I don't do this. So after I finish just giving everybody what I need to give, Tasha, I'm just gonna let you get with my team and you just finish it off because if you want to, Tasha, because I don't really do this. I don't know.
Don't know what we finishing. I need to know.
So listen, I'm gonna play the audio.
Okay.
We need explanation. We need an explanation. We need explanation, right? We need an explanation as to what allegedly happened. Right?
Okay.
So we're gonna play the audio, and then you can jump on and let me know, if you want to the rest of the information.
I want to hear this too.
Okay, so 7 p.m.
Interesting perspective.
7 p.m.
Yeah, it's like
Eastern
8:29.
time.
It's 8:29 p.m. here right now.
Oh shoot! So let me see. 9, 10, 11. What it's 4:30 here. So let me see. 5:30, 6:30. All right, you good? You ain't gonna be late. Yeah, you
So
about 10:30.
that's like
Before we continue, this literally looks like two girlfriends getting together and gossiping, and we just happen to watch it. But Tasha already said, oh, was this thing earlier that you were telling me about? So this is all contrived. This was all planned together. This is a mess, but we're going to continue to watch.
11:30 my time?
Yeah, somewhere around there, 10:30, 11 o'clock. I don't know, somewhere around that time. You'll be good. Yeah, you good.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make sure I go live at 7 on the dot. I'm gonna go live at 7 on the dot. And I told everybody, I said, look, I'm not giving no commentation. Right? I'm just going to hit play.
I'm interested. I want to know what this is. I'm listening.
So I'm gonna hit play. And once I hit play, then we're gonna hear what Larry Reid has to explain what they're talking about. Because if he does not explain it, oof. So it's gonna be it's going to be
I don't
good.
know. I'm like, I need to know.
You can tell by their smiles they ain't up to no good, y'all.
But you know what, Tasha, listen, and I'm gonna close out on this. But Tasha, listen. At the end of the day, Larry Reid has been targeting the Black church ruthlessly, and it's our turn now. It's our turn now because every time we turn around, the bishops, the pastors, the preachers, everybody who we target, we got to turn around to our church and we got to explain this stuff. And
okay, let's pause. Hold on.
How it destroys.
Yo, I didn't even think about that. Y'all, do y'all believe this? I think it's true. Like, because I think if Whitehead knew about this, he would have dropped this already. He would have dropped this already if he knew about this. I think possibly that's true, that Tasha was probably the one that feed this, because this is what allegedly she's doing to other YouTubers as well, feeding them information and then coming on they live all like, oh my God, like, is this what's going on? I can't believe this is going on. Tasha will play the acting role. But this totally makes sense now that you mentioned. I was thinking that anyway, but I'm glad y'all said it. But Tasha, like, oh my God, oh, I didn't know, all that shocked and surprised shit. But really, what Gwen, you the one who fed the information. If you know the background, Tasha did this, right? Because I'm thinking, just like the whole thing with knowing Storm Monroe's real name, or not his real name, his birth name, because he did legally change his name, his birth name, the name that he was given at birth, knowing about, that information, something tells me like, I think you knew this information before, but you playing dumb like you didn't know anything. So it's within her character. I wouldn't be surprised.
families, it destroys the church families, it destroys the church. It hurts. And
Hey,
you
go to
just
bed.
keep
Go to bed.
targeting us preachers. And you keep targeting us and targeting us. Well, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
I'm gonna have to call you after this line. I need to see the head. I need to see the head. I'm sorry.
Thank you,
I ain't
Pope.
supposed to in front of the pastor. My bad.
Yeah.
I need to see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I
So
need to see what you're talking about. So
and
I
you
will
know,
be. Listen, I am no. Listen, I no matter where I travel in the world, I am never too busy for any wine. Jesus made wine and drinks it over here.
yo, let me tell you something, right? This one right here is gonna set order. And you know what I did? You know what I did? I just have one audio. I have multiple audios, right? You know, I serve a God of multiplication, right? I don't serve a God of addition, right? I have multiple, right? And so if they try to come back, I'm going to say, well, you have to now answer this. And then if they try to come back again, I'm going to say, now you have to answer this. And when they try to come back again, I'm going to say, and now you have to, you know what? I have so many nows.
Okay. Put one in the chat if you guys can hear. Okay.
I gotta have at least 2 weeks worth of nows.
Okay. I'm still here.
Yeah. I know you got dark. I know you was walking. So
yeah. I was trying to go upstairs to get my charger. So let me ask him. Lasso. Wait, the charger, because our room door is locked.
Right, Gail.
Charger, because our room door is locked. It's in the kitchen? In your room? Okay. All right. So they back there eating their ass off. Look at them.
Oh.
Right.
So I just want to know what this is. Like, everybody was tagging me. I'm trying to figure out what the hell going on. So I will be present. And if the receipts are there, and if the receipts are there, we gonna have the what the hell going on around here.
Woo! So Tasha, I'll be on at 7, and I'm just gonna let her rip on just one that I have. No, I got more, but I'm just gonna let one rip because it's just that one really burning my fingertips. That one I'm talking about burning my fingertips. So I'm just gonna let one rip. I'm gonna let one rip, and then we're gonna see the response, you know, and then I might let another one rip. You know, it just depends on how I feel, you know. So, you know, I hope his members don't be in my comments, because if they agitate me, I'm going to send another ripper. You're right? Like, see, I'm just going to see. I got so much, right? They might call me the ripper. Matter of fact, don't even call me Bishop.
He got this shit in his spare pocket, y'all.
Okay, just call me the ripper.
So basically, he alluded to that. After Larry denies this one, he gonna bring out another one, and another one. And I seen Macy had said something about the victims and stuff like that. Now, I can't say that, do I know everything about all the other victims and stuff like that? No, but they need to go through the proper channels and go through go through the court system and all that. If there is more victims or people that are alleging things against Larry Reid, they need to go through the proper channels. As I understood, after this case was dismissed, they all kind of backed away because they weren't going to be able to prove what they're trying to prove. That's what I understood. But I'm going to go ahead and get into the next video, y'all. Let me take this one down. Okay. In that one. Yo, one day I'm going to learn how to do these transitions a little bit more smoothly. Let me play the next one. And I'm going to skip ahead on the next one. And the reason why is because it's playing music, and I don't want to get that copyright strike. We're trying to get all our ducats. Here we go.
Was alleged, happened. And all I want to do is play the audio, because we need some answers. He's talking about everybody and he's blowing up everybody's scandal.
So what he's trying to do is play coy, y'all. He's trying to go like, oh, well, I'm just playing the audio. You know, I'm just putting it out there. A lot of people like to do this. They be like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah was the one who said it. Well, if you're perpetuating it, you're just as guilty as anybody else. But here we go, y'all.
What they call a scandal and this, that, and third. So now let's turn the table around and we need some answers. So I want y'all to jot the names down because guess what? These people are going to come. They're going to come and they're going to say their truth. Their truth. I don't know what the truth is, but their truth. Are y'all ready for the audio? Are y'all ready for the audio? Are you ready for the audio? Let's eliminate up. It's your turn, Larry. It's your turn, Larry. It's your turn for people to ask you to explain what others' truth is. And action. Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold up. My Wi-Fi acted up. Hold on, my Wi-Fi acted up. Let me start this.
That's true, Andrew. He would break that agreement.
Oh Lord. I just want to see if y'all was ready. Hold on, let me get back to this. Hold on, we'll get back to this. Okay, here we go.
Hashtag hospital pictures. Cheers, y'all.
All right. Action.
So you was okay and in a safe space. That's all.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm actually going to talk to you while I'm still in my car because I'm not.
So the person with the softer voice is the victim. All right, y'all. The person with the louder voice, is just, somebody there. All right. Here we go, y'all. So listen to the softer voice because this is the alleged victim of whatever was supposed to happen. And we need an explanation. Here we go.
In North Carolina yet.
That's fine.
So I want to be mindful of who I'm talking
right.
about. So.
Exactly. So I got your message and that you sent me with the pictures and who was in the house with you and everything. So of course I talked to your friend. He came on my show and told the story. And I want you to know I'm not going to ever reveal your identity. I never will. If somebody says I've done that, that's a lie because I will never publicly speak your name ever. And I want you to know that. And if you ever need me for any help, you have my number and I will make sure that I do whatever I can to help you. And if I can't help you, I'll try to find somebody who can.
I appreciate it.
And I want y'all to understand, this is the alleged victim, y'all. The alleged victim. I don't know what's going on. Okay, but we just want some answers, okay?
Right.
Because this is alleged. And I'm not even going to say what's alleged. You're going to hear from them. Okay, that's why I said so. Alleged victim.
What's Teresa saying?
Both reassured me that I can trust you.
Okay.
So I'm confident in that. The only thing I'm not ready to do right now is for my
Make sure y'all hit that like button.
Never.
Up,
I will never do that regardless. That's why I talked Trey out of doing. I said I don't want your face to be shown because I don't want you to be further injured.
Yeah, my whole thing, like I shared with them, the people that are part of our church, the people that are close to us, they're going to know that it's us.
Did he say that was Larry? No. His name is Daryl. That's the YouTuber. He had to take all his videos down, Juice, but Daryl is the one interviewing the alleged victim. He giving Floyd. Yo, that's what he reminds me of too. Yeah, Floyd Mayweather. He definitely. Thank you, Andrew. Yes, it's Daryl. That's who the YouTuber was.
Just by our voice.
Mm-hmm.
And for the people who don't believe us, I'm not worried about them.
I'm not worried about them either. I want you to just have your story told. Do you want to come on and tell your story and I'll black your face out like I did the two of them? Or how do you want to do it?
Let's move a little faster, y'all. Let's move here.
Really detailed and hard.
Get the
All right, so
I'm actually parked at a park. Nobody's around.
Good. So the story I got was that 5 years before you these things started happening, what Larry did to you, you had not been with anybody intimately, and that Larry abused you, and then a year or so afterwards, you got tested and you were HIV positive, and then you went, to you confided in Javer. Javer went back and confronted Larry. Larry did not.
And I forgot to say trigger warning, but hopefully you guys understood when I said they were insinuating something, but I should have clarified it. Basically, the gentleman is insinuating that he was tested and found out that he had HIV, and then afterwards confronted Larry about it, saying that he didn't sleep with anyone else, and Larry was the one that gave it to him. Spoiler alert, Larry Reid did a clean bill of health, which showed that he doesn't have it. So there's no way that this gentleman had got it from Larry, because Larry doesn't have it. And it's really sad because, you know, with the virus, you can live a normal life, and if you are taking your medication and stuff like that, you can't pass it on to other people if you're taking your medication. So even if he did or did not have it, if he was being responsible, getting his checkups and all that stuff, then he would not have gave it on to this gentleman. But Larry also denied that they even had like a sexual intimate relationship. You know, he denied that in period, you know. Right, Hampton. He looks happy. Oh, yes, you know, and it's just sad, you know, and it's crazy because let's have a serious conversation real quick. Because on your TV, like you've been seeing, like, you know, things about HIV and diseases and all that stuff, right? And you've been seeing a lot of that on TV about protecting yourself, making the different medications and stuff like that. I think because there is still this stigma out there that if you have it, you go into be sleeping for the rest of your life. I don't want to say the D word, but you'll be sleeping for the rest of your life. And it's sad that, you know, we don't have any education or anything out there to try to educate the people. And then you're just out there putting these claims against people. And this has recent because didn't Cardi B kick Tasha K out the... and that's another thing. Remember, Tasha K put a disease on Cardi B as well, and Cardi B had to do a clean bill of health and stuff like that. So it's crazy. But here we go. We're gonna let me shut up and we'll listen to it, y'all.
It, and Larry went out and got some bogus test results and was passing it around, saying, "See, I ain't got nothing. This boy is accusing me of something. I didn't do it." Da 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 da. And Javer supposedly said, "Well, why are you passing this bogus test result around?"
Thank you,
knowing
Beverly.
that you were the only person he was with?" And that's the story I got.
That is correct. At that time, Javer said he was not going to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
What he did mention was he said, "I'm going to tell Apostle Reid that he needs to talk to you."
Mm-hmm.
That was all that he was supposed to say. Larry did call me, but the energy wasn't right. I'm real big on energy and discernment. That
right,
was
wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So I did not have that initial conversation with him. Now, of course, now this was not just me going to the doctor getting tested.
Mm-hmm.
Because after Larry, I still was not having sex with anybody, but I had relocated and I had a new primary care. My primary care just wanted to do a yearly exam, do annual blood work to see, you know, if I had hypertension, diabetes.
Oh, let's just stop right here, okay? I see some people saying that this case was thrown out. I would like to let you guys know that this case is allegedly still under investigation. So everybody that's saying it was thrown out, if it's still alleged to be still going forward, it cannot be thrown out, okay? And
I'm sorry to hear that, Shro's Crafty World. I'm sorry to hear that.
Also,
but I'm glad you're a survivor.
It was also spoken that Larry Reid produced an HIV test from 2014, and this was way after 2014. So allegedly, this is what was going on, transpired, but you guys are going to hear everything right now.
All that other type of stuff, because that runs in the family.
Right.
All of that came clear except for the HIV.
Mm-hmm.
So I had no idea that that was what was going on until that doctor's appointment.
Mm-hmm.
What I can say, and I would not say this publicly, but I would share this with you.
Go ahead.
Javer told me a
Right,
few weeks
Mr.
ago
K.
that Quentin also has HIV.
Oh God.
And that he had also slept with Larry. Now, I don't know if he got it from Larry or what's the case, but
Does anybody know who Quentin is? I don't know who that is. Is that another person? Ooh. All right, let's continue.
I find it to be very ironic that the people that you slept with all of a sudden comes up with HIV.
And thank you for that, Beverly.
Okay. And I also want to let you guys know that this police report was sent over today. This police report was sent over from the police department today. I want to just let you guys know, because I know a lot of people are saying what they want to say. Police department sent this today as latest information on the incident. There was no
So he pretended like he don't know anything.
This case.
It just came up.
So everybody that think that's closed. So it can't be closed and thrown out. I mean, it can't be open and thrown out. Okay, just letting you know. Here we go.
Minister, was he in the house living with y'all as well?
He was not living with us. He is best friends with Javer. He was visiting the church.
Oh, okay.
Now, at that time, Quentin had just started visiting before I got put out. So how long he stayed after I got put out, I do not know.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another guy.
Oh.
I believe his name is Phil Bryant. Or
Is that who he's talking about?
Yes. I tried to reach out to him. Right. And
Adrian.
He was also a part of the church. I feel like something happened between him and Larry, but I am not sure because he ended up at the church also after I was excommunicated.
Right. I'm going to tell you about him. I'm going to fill you in on him. He moved back to Illinois to live with his mother.
It's not.
He didn't have a job or nothing. Now.
Okay, so that's not the Quentin that they're talking about. They're not talking about Funky Dineva. Okay, thank you for that clarification.
All of a sudden, because I've been able to get in touch with a lady that he considers his spiritual mom. He is all of a sudden with no job or no income coming in. He's got a new car and an apartment. That's what I was talking about last night on the show. And Larry has been driving around in the middle of the night trying to reach anybody he thinks I'm going to talk to. Like he came and got in contact.
I'm going to skip a little bit ahead, y'all, because it's like an hour and 24 minutes. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Okay. Let me go back a little bit.
Then so I have my team get in contact with the police station, and they sent the update, and I posted it, so nothing to be closed.
I saw what you posted. I was like, I looked at it and I was just like, oh, so something is going on. Yeah, like I was confused by that too. Like, how is it that the house wasn't built but there's an address?
Right, and when they said that the house wasn't built, right, because he's lying about that, my team pulled up the tax records, and that house was built ever since 2006. Dad, I gotta get a swig too. Woo!
This ain't no lemonade.
This is lemonade. All right,
ridiculous.
So let me get back. It's about to get a little wacky.
I'm listening.
Okay.
Because I'm from North Carolina. I'm born in Fayetteville, but my parents live in Alabama, where I was driving through and I stopped in Atlanta.
Tasha's pretending, allegedly, to be shocked.
Larry got scared because since this story broke, Larry hasn't spent 3-4 nights in his own house in Atlanta. So him and Locklear got in the car and they drove up to Virginia area, DC area, where Bostic lives, and gave Bostic $500.
Did he take the money, or is he still talking?
He took the money, but he told Trey about Larry and Locklear coming, and Yeah, so it's been some information shared. That's all I can say about that. But
okay, so with my situation, I initially told him that I would not talk, but here's why. Like I said, at the time that he apologized, I did not know about Trey, and I definitely did not know about my best friend.
Make sure you guys hit that like button.
And I was a little upset with Ty because the night that
shout out to Facebook,
but he never said anything to me. I understand now because I was extremely overprotective of the young people. And I thought it was trying to kill Reid in his sleep. So I understand why he did not tell me now. But yeah, I told Reid that I was not going to say anything because I really felt like I was the only one. Now to hear this and to know that there are other people that probably isn't saying anything, I feel like now I will say something, but I will not. I do not at this time want to discuss my health with the general public.
I got you. That's totally off limits. We'll keep that off the show. I just want you to talk about what.
And just to let y'all know that the young person that's allegedly saying all this stuff happened, they give clearance for this to be done. So we're not hurting anybody.
Wait. You have you're in contact.
The team is in contact with the person. So, but don't worry about it, Tasha, because I'm just gonna kindly give all that to you and you do your thing. Yeah.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, Lord Jesus have mercy.
Yeah. Let's get back to it.
Get to you.
Oh, she is acting her ass off right now. She's like, you gonna give it to me? To me? Come on now. So for those of you just tuning in, so basically this is a recording from another YouTuber Daryl Moore, who interviewed an alleged victim of Larry's, stated that he was trying to put it in the nicest words, was taken advantage of. And then allegedly Larry gave him HIV. And, you know, there were some other things that were alleged as well, too. Whitehead and Tasha K teamed up together. Tasha is pretending like this is her first time hearing this. And the reason why I'm saying pretending is because, spoiler alert, Larry Reid actually went live before Larry Reid went live on YouTube before they went live. And Larry Reid was all like, oh, I find it funny because me and Tasha were friends around this time and she was defending me. Again, he said that it was funny because Tasha K was defending him around this time. And now she's all like, oh, this is my, what's going, you know, all the acting and stuff like that. So there's a lot more to this, but we're going to go ahead and get back to it, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. Make sure you hit the like button or whatever button y'all have on Facebook. Shout out to everybody watching right now.
I want you to tell your story. You do not mention that. And I will not press you about that. I will not even ask you about that. I will not allow anybody else to ask you about that. You have my word on it.
Okay, so initially, because there were several families. Now, unlike Levon, Trey, and Tashawn, my family did not belong to the church. Back in 2009, I had relocated to Waco, Texas.
Right.
And in Texas, I was a part of a church called Shekinah Empowerment Center. That pastor was the spiritual son of Apostle Larry Reid. Okay? So we came to North Carolina. I believe it was the summer of 2009. And basically, we were there for the summit, which is like Holy Convocation, okay? And that's when all the churches that was under spiritual breakthrough would come, and we would just have one big service for like 3 days. In that service, Reid basically prophesied that the Texas church was to relocate to North Carolina for spiritual training.
I'm just checking my DM real quick, y'all. I'm still here.
So, a few months after that, I believe that turns over into 2010.
Right.
Me, along with several other families from that church, along with our pastor, his name is Corey Neal.
Oh, wow. That name, yeah, I know that name.
His name was Pastor Corey Neal. We all relocated to North Carolina.
Okay.
Now, Pastor Neal had already made some arrangements. He told us we had a nice house or whatever, because all of us would be in one house. Now, that house, I believe the address was 2900 Benjamin Hill Circle.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's Benjamin something Circle. Anyway, that house that we moved into was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house that belonged
All right,
to
I'm back.
Hill.
Right.
Okay. We were there for a few months. All of a sudden, our pastor, Corey Neal, disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw that to say that this, by default, I ended up as a member of Breakthrough Temple because our pastor disappeared and basically neglected the members of the Texas church.
Wow.
So because we moved there because, quote unquote, God said, even though our pastor disappeared, we remained at the church.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a few months after that, I had went to Reid in confidence to discuss some things that had happened in my childhood that I had never shared with none of my pastors with the exception of one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that pastor was a bishop who is now deceased. I will not bring up his name.
Gotcha.
But I didn't go far with that because
That's true, Casey.
that pastor started to come on to me as well. So
Oh, wow.
I ended the conversation. I didn't go into more details.
Mm-hmm.
I left that church. I remained silent for years.
Mm-hmm.
So being that Reid was a quote-unquote a licensed counselor.
Mm-hmm. We know that's fake now.
Who better to talk to than my pastor?
Right.
So I went with him. I basically disclosed to him that now I will tell you in private it was my biological father, but
Right.
for public sake, because I have siblings that do not know about it,
Right.
I would say that one of my legal guardians basically began to molest me.
Mm-hmm.
With my father.
Trigger warning, you guys.
Penetration. It was I'll just be honest, it was oral.
Mm-hmm.
So I shared that with him. I also shared with him that when I relocated to Richmond, Virginia, one of my middle school classmates' father had raped me.
Wow. Jesus.
I also shared with him that a childhood friend of the family that was supposed to have been babysitting us at the time molested me as well.
Mm.
So he knew all of this. He also knew because of, as a result of that, because all of these were men, I began to question my sexuality, not just because that happened to me, but because some of the things that my rapist and my molester said to me.
Right.
Things like this wouldn't be happening.
Right, Goody. You're right about that.
This wouldn't be happening to you if you wasn't shaped like your mom.
Oh, wow.
At this time, I'm between the ages of 5 and 13. At the age of 5,
thank you, Jessica, for the super chat. Let me read the super chat, you guys. When does this man spend the time with his 10-month-old babe? Exactly, and wife. He be crying about all the time because this fool is on the internet all day. Yes, all day, every day. He has been live a trillion billion different times trying to protect his character. But what character does he have? We didn't know him until after all this. We didn't know him until after all of this. So what character is he trying to protect? But as always, we are going to play a commercial. Thank you so much to try to break up some of the seriousness. So let's go ahead and play a commercial, you guys.
Girl, he was supposed to have go get him a lawyer. Instead, he was at the buffet eating crab legs, sucking on crab legs. Girl, he was over there just cracking them crab legs and sucking on them and eating them. Girl, he didn't go get him a lawyer. He was at the buffet eating the crab legs. Girl, oh girl, you know I got the receipts, girl.
All right, y'all, back to the video.
Like my mom, I didn't have no decision on what I would look like or how I would be shaped.
Mm-hmm.
So that had an everlasting effect on my mind and my emotions as well as my self-esteem. Okay, so I shared all that with him.
He might have, Lyric.
A few years, a year, maybe 2. He was counseling me. He even had me to.
Yes, I'll be taking callers at the end.
because when one of the molesters was molesting me, she actually walked in on it. She did pull the guy off of me. She had a conversation with his family, but she never took me to the hospital. She never filed a police report.
Oh, God.
And that bothered me. So basically, her stance was, what happens in this house stays in this house. Up until I was grown, her side of family knew nothing about it until I started to talk about it. So he helped me through all of that. But the moment that he thought I was over it, it turned into something else. So similar to Trey's situation, he started to buy me underwear.
Right.
Now, these underwear, they were Under Armour.
Yeah.
His thing was, you're wearing, slacks and fitted clothes to church, and I was. And sometimes your print shows. I was not thinking about that. I'm from the hood. And when I go to church, I'm not looking at people's shapes of their prints, so I wasn't thinking about it. Right. Anyway, so he bought them. Unlike Trey, though, with me, it was, I want you to go into the bathroom, try them on. Now, all of this happens at the house. I believe the address was Weaver Forest Way or something like that. And so when I would come out, he didn't want me to have on nothing on but my underwear. My whole thing was, I could put the underwear on, my clothes on, and then you'll be able to tell if you can see my print or not. But
Lord.
He didn't want me to have nothing on but my underwear, and I think I had on a white beater. Okay. So I tried on a.
So just to let y'all know, right now, he's giving his side of the story, what Larry Reid was allegedly doing to
right,
him.
Casey.
Okay, just to let y'all know, yeah. So let me take that back a little bit.
About his mom pulled off of him. He's allegedly talking about Larry, I guess, allegedly doing these things to him.
Yeah, this part right here. Here we go. I'm gonna take a little bit. Boom.
I've never heard this. This is crazy.
Here you go. Boom.
This way or something like that. And so when I would come out, I didn't want nothing on but my underwear. My whole thing was, I could put the underwear on, my clothes on, and then you'll be able to tell if you can see my print or not.
I'm sorry to hear that, Casey.
You didn't want me to have nothing on but my underwear, and I think I had on a white beaters. Okay. So I tried on a few pair, went back into the bathroom, changed. Then another time, that was one day. Another time he had some more. These were a little bit longer. So I did the same thing, except for this time, as I went to walk away, he basically pulled my underwear down and tossed me on his bed.
I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because he's going to go into detail and stuff like that. And
so was sucked down, and Kendall said, well, that's not what it looks like. Now, that's the only time that I believe somebody saw him actually doing something to me. Let me backtrack a little bit. After I told him we needed to have a conversation with his wife, he basically no longer wanted me around. At that time, I was working at Levino, which is a
right, Leon.
but I was working in the kitchen. And I went into work at 5 o'clock that morning, as I always did.
Child.
But around my lunch break, which is like 1 something, I went and got my phone because we could not have our phone on us.
Right.
And I opened up the phone and I had a text message from Kendall. The text
Right,
message
Pamela.
said along these lines, I heard that you were moving. Do you want me to start packing your stuff?
They put you out the house and out the church the same day.
The same day. But up until that text
Skipping ahead a little bit.
saw that, and he contacted me. I believe he contacted Nathan, and he said something to Larry Reid. Lie. Locklear's oldest son was old enough to know it was a lie, but the younger kids, they just took it at face value.
Right.
But that was the lie that they told. I left the church because I wanted to go back with my family.
That was the lie that's been put out there. Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what they put out.
So yeah. Now, before I got the diagnosis, he had reached out and he was like, "Hey,
That's who's doing the interview.
Would you come back and work for me? Now, this is the same man that put me out of the church through text message. He asked me to come back and work for him. And I said, at this time, I cannot do that. My grandfather, who was a bishop in the Lord's church, health had begun to decline, and I became his caretaker. And it was not looking good, and I figured that he was going to die, and I was not ready to leave my grandmother by herself.
Right.
So I told him no, but that was not the only reason I said no. I also said no because I did not want to go back into that call. And if you could only pay me $100 a month for teaching at the school, you definitely couldn't pay me nothing more as your assistant.
Right.
So I never went back. So from that conversation up until last month or whatever, I had not talked to Reid. I only talked to him a few days after you initially sent me that message. Now, ironically, after I had a conversation with Reid, I had another friend who was not a part of the church, but he would come visit the church sometimes. And he was like, there's this guy on YouTube that's really going in after lead. He sent me the link to the video. I said, this name sounds familiar, but
that's
I can't
true. That's fair.
where I know it from. And then it clicked on me. It was you. And so I just kept watching some of your videos, and eventually I heard that there was another accuser that had came forward at that time.
And make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the thumbs up.
Well, I hadn't heard his voice, but when I heard his voice, I said, "Oh my God, there's other people."
And I think that Javer Stubbs was one, but he just won't talk.
Now, when I talked to Javer, he was like, I feel like you should talk because what Reid did to you was completely unacceptable. But Javer had been connected to Reid for a while because Reid and Javer's mom at one point were close. So I just asked him, did anything happen between them? And he told me no. But I do not feel like that was an honest answer because he was supposed to call me back the next day. I have not heard nothing from him.
Exactly. He got ghost on me too.
So that is suspect. I do feel like something happened. He also said something along the lines, I was like, well, are you going to talk to Daryl? Because I had made up my mind at that time. He was like, I don't know. He said, but Reid don't want me to talk because if I talk, I can sink the whole ship, which makes me feel like he knows more. But I don't know if he was paid off. I do know when I was in Fayetteville, I was going through a situation because me and my brother was living together. I was going through a situation where I was basically.
I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit.
Else to go, and Reid was like, "Well, it's Christ." Now, I think Church of God in Christ kicked him out or something.
They did. They did.
I don't know all the details of that because DeMario's not always straightforward.
Yeah.
But a few years after what I hold on one second.
Right, Leon.
So allegedly, and it's about to end, but allegedly, this young man said that Jive, the one that calls himself King Jive, is not truthful, not a truthful person, and he was allegedly kicked out of Kojak. So let's see if they keep going into why. Let's see what he has to say about Lil Jive.
Okay, I'm back. A few years after what happened to me, when I became a little bit more confident on sharing it with people that I was close to, I shared it with DeMario.
Gotcha.
And for a while, he kept it, he held it. And then, for some odd reason, something happened between him, Larry, and William McCray. And it started getting back.
Hold up. This is where it's getting sticky. So now, allegedly, Jive knows that Larry was sleeping with this young man. And now they're bringing up, I think the guy name is Obnoxious, the guy Obnoxious TV.
Oh, okay. So this part is true, Overcomer. Okay. So this part is true about Jives. Okay. And now the person that he's trying to say is conscious TV. I forgot what he just said, but he's trying to say conscious TV. That's who he's trying to say. Whitehead should be concerned with who is going. Right. What's up, Carolyn? Thank you for coming.
They call. I think that's what they said. So let's take it back. I just want y'all to know because I have more video that I'll be showing throughout the week. So you guys can see the whole narrative. I can care less that people talking about this is mixy or messy. You shouldn't have played with me. Don't play with my family. Don't send nobody to my church to disrupt my church. Now is your time on my platform to get questions asked. Here we go.
And for a while, he kept it, he held it. And then, for some odd reason, something happened between him, Larry, and William McCray.
Mm-hmm.
And it started getting back to me that he was telling Reid, I know you've been messing with guys before, and I got somebody that's willing to talk and all this other type of stuff. And I'm like, why, DeMario? I never said I would do an interview with DeMario. I said I would consider it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said I would consider it because I questioned his motives.
Right.
Unlike you, it did not come off as if he wanted my story to be shared because I was a victim.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like, well, I know what Reid did to you, so I'm going to just throw you under the bus so I can get even with him.
Right. He wanted to use your story as ammunition to get back at Larry.
Yeah. And because of that, I felt like then, okay, well, you're really not a friend of mine if you're just willing to throw me under the bus, excuse my French, to save your ass.
Exactly.
That's not a friend. And so I never did the interview. Now, I also reached out to him because as I was going through your videos, I heard you picking up for him in a sense.
I did.
And so I said, DeMario, I reached out to him through Messenger because I had him blocked in my phone. I said, Mario, I said, what do you think of?
So I stand corrected. I believe that's my team is telling me. The Mario, I think that might be the guy Conscious TV name. Is that his name? I think that might be.
No,
no?
I think his TV name is like
So I don't know. It's so many of them.
Davion.
Huh?
That's Conscious TV's name is Davion.
All right, that's one.
Yeah, Davion.
Oh, all right. So yeah, I think that was okay. All right, let's go.
DeMario is King Jives, right? Thank you, Stephanie.
Tell anyone else. He was like, no, I wouldn't dare put you out there like that, I said, well, I haven't made up my mind right now, but, I'm a little hesitant with talking to him because I don't want my church to be destroyed.
Right.
And so in so many words, he was like, well, even if you don't want to talk to Daryl, you and I can do an interview. Still trying to get you to do an interview, but that's absolutely not going to happen with me and DeMario because I feel like my trust was violated.
Mm-hmm. Has Larry threatened you?
Larry has not threatened me. Now, after I heard Trey's voice, and I knew it was LeVon Trey, I blocked Reid on everything.
Mm-hmm.
I was willing to forgive and move on. But of course, that was under the assumption that I was the only one.
Right.
But the moment I found out there were others, and this was still happening after I got put out of the church, we have nothing else to discuss because you are a predator.
Yes, he is.
Ooh.
Yes, he is.
So I have not talked to him. He has not been able to reach me on any social media or my cell phone. Once I realized that LeVon Trick was one of those people.
So nobody attached to him has tried to bother you either?
Everybody is blocked, including Shimako.
Good.
Vincent is blocked as well. I don't have a problem
Skipping ahead a little bit. Oh, I turned off the volume. I didn't skip ahead.
with the UK to work his old job.
Okay, so basically the rest of it, he's just kind of playing the audio and stuff like that. I was trying to get the part where they were talking, and Tasha K had mentioned something like Larry Reid has muscle spasms, and said that muscle spasms is like a side effect or has something to do with having that incurable disease. She didn't say the word. She said that incurable disease. I was trying to play that part, but I didn't find it. So I'm just going to go ahead and end the audio there. Stop sharing. All right. So I know some of y'all wanted to come on and make a few statements, give y'all opinion, which we always appreciate. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the link right now. Vincent and oh, they're Larry Reid's friends. Okay. Yes, he could have low potassium. Right. There we go. Hey, Juice, how you doing?
You see the face? You see the face?
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Hold on. Let me go ahead and make you bigger so you can sound out. You got the floor. Hold on. Here we go.
Make me the same size as you because we are on equal planes. Okay.
Oh, I appreciate that. But no, I want you to sound off. Go ahead.
Well, listen, I just did a show on my YouTube channel regarding this situation that happened Sunday with the two ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to give Whitehead some grace. I did hear about all this that was going on. I did hear one of the other videos that Larry was talking about. And I think this is like crazy from the standpoint of, I know Whitehead is angry and he wants vengeance from everybody.
Right.
But if he's going to wear the collar, you got to wear the shirt and pants too. You have to be a bishop at all times. You can't pick and choose when you want to be a bishop and when you want to be in the field. That's what's called being lukewarm. That's what's called being on that fence. And these actions are what causes people to separate and leave from the church because they feel like there is no loyalty, there's no truth, there is no honor. So I think I understand him wanting to have vengeance, but to be messy like this, to go back to something that I believe happened years and years ago, that already had a case, like you said, and to try and bring this to today's time to try and attack Larry because Whitehead is upset is ridiculous. When is Whitehead going to be the role of bishop? He wants everybody to call him bishop, but he still wants to have these nasty behaviors. And again, for the people in the comments, I understand Whitehead is upset. He feels like he's been attacked. He feels like he's been talked about. I understand that part. But he has to determine which side does he want to be. Is he going to believe that God will fight his battles? Is he going to believe that God will have vengeance? Or does he want to continue to step on the pulpit and take matters into his own hand and to link up with another blogger to do this? We know Whitehead doesn't have this information. This was fed to him. And he's sitting there like a baby in a high chair, just eating this up. This was fed to him. And I think it's so wrong for him, who wants to call himself a bishop, to do this. I think it's going to make matters worse for him. And I think the few people that were following him probably are now going to say, listen, no, I was wrong. Let me back up. Let me not do this. AT2, this is horrible.
But this is the thing. He doesn't have any followers. I think he's trying to get followers. That's the thing. He's trying to get people in that church. We've seen the video. There was only like 3 people in that church. And one of the 3 people was one of the lady and then his wife and the baby. Like those were the 3 other people that was in the church. And my thing is that, he might, because let's be honest, the numbers you can buy, especially on Instagram, you can buy those numbers. You would just think if somebody has that kind of influence, they have like over 1 million followers, they'd be able to get people in their church. Like, why is nobody in your church? Stop saying that it has something to do with Coviana. Coviana is, yes, it's real, but we're not heavy in the panorama anymore. So why aren't people in your church? Why was there only 7 people there and all those empty chairs? Like, it's not making any sense. And this is not a way to get people in your church.
No, but not only that, if he had 1 million followers, or actually has 1 million followers on his platforms, why is he worried about one individual? If he's got 1 million followers, he should have more attention and pay more attention to them. And instead of sitting here worrying about Larry, he is putting so much effort into Larry. And to
Right.
me, it's now turned, I mean, it was messy, but now it's turning into being vengeful. And I think it's really going to come back to hurt Whitehead. I think he's sitting in that chair thinking that, oh, I got something good. Yes, this is going to be great. But I think it's actually going to hurt him worse. It's crazy. He should have just, let Larry do his thing. And just, if Whitehead is always talking about suing this person, suing that person, and you're right, Holy Spirit. For those of you that know my channel, I talk to the Holy Spirit. If Whitehead says, I got a $20 million lawsuit against Larry, why would you do something like this that could be defamation?
Right, exactly. It doesn't work like that. You're not able just to say anything about the person that you suing. Like, that's crazy to me. And Ebony kind of got to the next point. The church, it definitely is a cover up for something. Because I don't know how you sustain in a church with only 7 people.
Yeah, I think so. I have to agree with that comment.
Stephanie said he's been chasing media for a while, but I want to talk about Overcome because they made a statement. Here we go. It goes both ways. Larry said he is a pastor online.
Yes.
One of the things that I was curious about was in regards to the whole, what am I trying to say? A lot of people are saying that, oh, well, Larry and Jives, they, we're talking about him, so he has a right to defend himself. What are your thoughts about that?
And he does, but there's a way for a man of the color to defend himself. And the way he's going about it is not right. This nastiness right here. Now, if he's a man of the color, then do this. Listen, okay, let me get my lawyers on this because you said this, you said that, or whatever. I am not saying that Larry was right in any of this. Larry has his faults as well. King Jives has been after Whitehead. I mean, every other video has been, about Whitehead. So King Jives has his stuff too against Whitehead. So I can understand, like I said, Whitehead being upset that they're coming after him, that he may feel they're attacking him, and he may feel like, I want to get them back. But again, and again, I know like so many people say Larry is saying he's a pastor also. Listen, let me tell you, I don't really see Larry that way. Okay.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't think I would go to his church either.
That's just my viewpoint. I like Larry as a guy. I've met him in person. He lives right here in Atlanta. So, he's a nice guy. However, I don't view him as a pastor per se, because some of the things that Larry does also are not really what brings people into the ministry. It kind of pushes people back from ministry. But he does have knowledge of the Bible. I think all 3 of these gentlemen have some knowledge of the Word of God, but I don't think that all 3 of them are really living it.
So. Well, Juice, to push back a little bit, I don't think because you open up a Bible don't mean you got knowledge of a Bible.
No, they can do a John 3:16, and that gives them some knowledge of the Bible. They can just do a John.
Right. The only 3:16 I know is Austin 3:16, and he said, "I'll whoop your ass." That's what I know because I'm a wrestling fan, so I know Austin 3:16, but I don't know John 3:16. But Go ahead. I'm sorry.
All I know is Stone Cold. I don't know. But I get what you're saying. All of these gentlemen, all 3 of them, need to really do some real soul searching, checking, change some stuff. It's crazy. They've all said some harmful things about each other. But the reason why I'm looking more so at Whitehead is because he's the one that's allegedly carrying the bishop collar. And in ministry, the bishop is the higher of the positions. Larry is claiming sometimes to be a pastor. A bishop is higher than a pastor.
Oh, I always wonder what's a bit like. Let me just take off the band-aid right now and let me just expose, because, like I said, I'm one of the people who just opened the Bible. I don't have knowledge of the Bible. I just opened it. What's a
Right.
pastor? What's a bishop? What's a deacon? What's a clergy? What's a Can you explain it for the people? Like, am I the only one who don't know what these titles are? I mean, I know what a pastor is.
Right. A pastor and a clergy are basically almost the same thing. The pastor has a higher level than the clergy. It's all based on levels. The
Okay.
bishop is the higher. Now, archbishop, because you may hear his name come into play, Archbishop Bernard Jordan.
Yes, I've heard.
Archbishop is over a bishop. Okay. So
Oh.
there's titles. So you got archbishop, then you got bishop, then you got pastor, and you have all the other ones that fall under that, apostles, and there's so many titles to people. But again, for Whitehead to call himself a bishop, you would not think that he would stoop to the levels of some of this stuff that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for Overcomer, Archbishop Jordan was actually on Larry Reid's live today.
Yes, he was on Larry Reid's live today.
Yeah.
He was actually let me see.
He's still supporting Larry,
Right, he's still supporting them.
And he's not in support of Whitehead.
Right, definitely. He's not in support of that at all. I was gonna see if I can possibly get away with playing some Larry Reid's live, but I'd rather not take the risk. Yeah. But he did have him on, and Larry Reid is he stated that he is gonna end up filing papers. Because you can't, he's not going to take them defaming his name. And, somebody asked a good question. What did Tasha exactly do? I mean, no, not Tasha. What did Larry do to Tasha where she's just like done with him? Like, we still don't understand like where her, like how all of a sudden you flipped, and was this over y'all sharing the same lawyer, or like I don't understand where her thing is with this, because if you don't want to deal with somebody, if somebody says I don't want to be your friend no more, you can't do anything about that. They just don't want to be your friend.
I don't know where all that came from. I'm kind of shocked with it too, but what I'm seeing on social media is basically that I'm hearing Larry pulled himself away from Tasha. So I don't know what, all this ruckus about. But from what I'm seeing on social media, people are saying that Tasha is upset because of this. Now, what transpired behind the scenes, I have no idea. But if somebody tells me they don't want to be my friend anymore, I'm just like, okay, fine. I'm not mad at you. You don't want to be my friend. We're okay. But maybe there's some reasoning or something that happened as to why Larry is pulling himself away. And maybe that's the real issue.
Right. What I find interesting is that the bishop has now tag teamed basically up with Tasha to try to defame someone. And it's all like, how do you have enough time to be doing this? Like, someone said, shouldn't he be writing his sermons or spending time with his wife and his daughter that he cares so much for? Like, why is he spending his time on bullshit?
Yeah, I have no idea why he would even pay this any mind. Again, why not just call the lawyers and say, handle this?
Right.
Because he claims he has so much money. If you have so much money, I don't understand the pettiness of it. I don't understand the pettiness of it.
Right, that's true. We don't understand the pettiness of it. Of him going back and forth and back and forth. It's all like, why are you constantly going back and forth and not letting your lawyers deal with it? What's up, Casey?
Hey, how's it going, y'all?
Good,
hey, Casey.
Hey, I'm gonna just say it like this. It's beyond point of going to court. Tasha and her roach buddy, the fake bishop, need their ass whooped. Point blank, period. Take it to old school, drag them outside and whoop that ass, because what he's doing is uncalled for. And it's a slap in the face for people that do believe and do go to church. What the fake bishop is doing is the reason why a lot of people is leaving the church.
Right. It really does turn you away from the church because you just look at him and see. Well, this also explains, Casey, why he only got 7 people in the church.
Seven.
I've never
I
seen a
think
church
that's a
that only
stretch.
got 7 people in it. And how does it survive? You know.
Well, it's because of COVID. That's why he got 7 people.
Allegedly,
Allegedly.
because
Allegedly.
but also, like someone said, this church seems like a cover up for something else.
It is.
Because how can a church really survive? And what's that tax code? It's like 401 or something like that. Is maybe that's what it is. So he,
401c3.
yeah. So
401c3.
yeah, so then he could because the church don't have to pay taxes. So I think there's a little bit of something.
He's sliding
Allegedly.
drugs through that. He's sliding them drugs that Tasha Monkey Face is sliding him. It's a cover up. It ain't even a church.
Well,
So you are kind of like the rest of us. Here we go. Thank you. 501c3. That's what it is. Thank you. But you are under the belief as well. Tasha was the one that gave this man this information. Do you believe that she?
This reeks
Right.
of Tasha with her monkey face ass.
Monkey.
I mean, just like somebody needs to call the zoo. Like I said in the chat, call the zoo, call the exterminator, call somebody because gotta clean out the church.
Well, definitely Tasha ain't in the church. We know that. Somebody needs to clean Whitehead out the church.
Well, old bread needs to be definitely cleaned out.
Right. Something that I found interesting was that he had, I don't understand, again, how you have over 1 million people. One of those 1 million people have to be people in Brooklyn or New York where he lived. Why can't you get nobody in that church?
Because they're spammed. He bought them followers.
Somebody else said that too. Somebody else said he bought a whole Instagram page. I don't know, allegedly. I don't know.
Yeah, because you could do that now. You could definitely do that now. Once they hack your page and then they sell it to somebody else and then so forth.
Right. I actually have a friend who used to sell Instagram accounts and stuff like that. You can make pretty good money off of it. But shit, it takes so long to get your account up there. So like I ain't selling nothing. Like
I mean, look what they did with Sherry Shepherd.
Crazy.
Right. They just transferred her account over from something else that was already there.
Exactly.
Larry Reid alleged that he purchased his followers. Oh, okay. Larry Reid did say it. Thank you, Mr. TD. I appreciate that.
Hey, Tyrone. Tyrone's one of my panelists.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Tyrone. Thank you for coming.
Shout out to Tyrone.
Tyrone, come on up if you have anything to say. I'll drop the link again. But
sing it.
But no, this is. I mean, excuse my language, YouTube. For a nigga that got robbed, he ain't even focused on the robbery. He's focused on a whole other nigga. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He dropped to the floor like a bad wig.
Dropped to the floor like a bad wig. Oh no. Yeah, he did drop to the floor. And here's my thing. I would rather go after the people that allegedly robbed me than go after some blogger online. Like, why are you going after somebody online? Like, go after the people that actually caused harm to you or, robbed your jewelry. Like, why don't you have the same kind of intensity for them? Or, excuse me, or is that case even still open? Like, did the police find out that it was fake yet? Like, I'm just saying, because why haven't we not heard anything?
Right. I would think that he would be more focused on, let me find out who did this. But there seems to be something where he is really infatuated with Larry. And I don't know what that is yet. Maybe later on we'll
because
find
Larry
out.
won't give up the draw. That's what it is.
Oh, also, I want to say, too, because I just thought about that because I got people from Facebook watching Let's be careful with the language and stuff like that,
My
because
bad.
definitely, yeah, I don't want to offend anybody, so I do want to say that. But going back to the statement that I wanted to make, um, with Tasha getting herself into some mess with allegations, like,
Right.
why is she not concerned with possibly getting another lawsuit? Like, my thing is that I'm going to not attach myself with any, like, I wouldn't even have came up on panel. Like, I would have
No.
I would have said, oh, well, I heard that's, if she wanted to be messy, she could have said, oh, I seen Bishop Whitehead's live. Boom, left it at that. But to
Mhm.
go up and, be up there listening to it and then acting shocked when Larry already said, you already knew about this, it's not a good look.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It's I don't know. Well, we never know why Tasha does what she does, but she's got over 1 million followers. So whatever she was doing, I guess, was working. And I guess maybe this is part of what works for her. I don't agree with, the things she's doing, but it's probably what works for her. I do feel as though in that video that you showed that she knows more and she was trying to pretend like she was surprised.
Like,
So
stupid.
there was a conversation that may have happened prior to all of that. I feel as though this is a setup situation. And I think it's mean, it's nasty, and unfortunately, it's going to come back. It's going to come back to roost on, both of them. That's how we believe in the spiritual realm. What goes around comes around.
Mm,
The world calls it karma. We call it God's vengeance. And again, Larry is
exactly.
not innocent in this. Larry is not innocent. However, why don't Whitehead find something recent to talk about instead of constantly pulling up, going now to pull up some, dirt from how many years ago?
Right. And Miss Red Nose, do you think are you trying to say, like, are the allegations true if he doesn't sue? Because technically this has already been something that has went through the court system. And the gentleman who posted these videos did all this. He had to take down all his videos and stuff like that. So this was something that already went through the court. This is just if he wants to sue Whitehead and Tasha K and get them from defamation and stuff like that. That's so if he wants to take the extra step, but this situation had already been disproven or went through the court system and was dismissed. So, well, they mediated. They had a mediation. I don't think it went all the way through court and stuff like that. It was mediated.
Yeah. And I don't even know why Whitehead would bring up something that's already gone through court and then possibly know, hey, this could probably come back again, unless he just doesn't care. He just doesn't care.
Oh,
He's just
right.
another Tasha. That's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, we got Stephanie here. What's up, Stephanie? How you doing?
Hi, Stephanie.
Hey,
Hi,
Steph.
can y'all hear me okay? Hello, Casey, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Cool.
Go ahead,
Okay.
sound off.
Hey, like you were saying, yes, this has already been the subject of a defamation suit brought by Mr. Reid, and it was mediated, and they did reach a settlement, basically to, cease any sort of, any kind of stories or anything about each other, right? And that was the agreement. Yes, I think, this has been done. And so, Whitehead is looking very, he's looking very capricious and arbitrary at this point. It's just like, hey, I got something, let's bring this back up. And I think it's, I'm sure he realizes that this has already been the subject of a lawsuit. So I don't see how he couldn't. Tasha and Larry were friends when that lawsuit happened. So there's no way Tasha doesn't know that this has already been the subject of a lawsuit.
Right. And they share a
Keyword,
lawyer.
Tasha.
Remember Olga? They share a lawyer.
Yeah. And I don't know if Olga, I think, I'm not sure. I can't say for sure if Olga was involved in Larry Reid's lawsuit, but yes, they had the same representation for some matters.
Oh, it could. So possibly it wasn't for this one then. Okay.
Right. Maybe not. I can't be sure. But actually, I didn't really, I did come up to mention that, but, and if this has already been said and I just have missed it, or, if this is already, y'all have already come to this conclusion, y'all can roast me in the chat, feel free. But
what's up?
you know, he's chasing this media stuff so bad.
Right.
It occurred to me, how did we even get the video of him being robbed? Who gave us that?
Oh,
Exactly.
Juice, do you know who gave the video?
Well, Stephanie, come through, girl. You know, I don't know who gave the video, but that is a thought.
There ain't nobody else who would have had that video.
Now, I remember, if I remember correctly, because it was a while, it's been a month or so ago. If I remember correctly, someone said that one of his congregation members, the 7 that were there, recorded it, like happened to be in the back, and they recorded it, and then they had sent it to all the blogs and stuff like that, because Larry and King Jives, they weren't the ones to break the story. Remember, it was on the Shade Room, and then TMZ.
It was on the national news.
Yeah,
it was on the national news. Yeah.
It was July 24th. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. July 24th. And so it was something that went viral, and they were giving their commentary. Oh, go ahead.
And so if the congregant was unauthorized to release this recording to the media, why hasn't Whitehead? His name is Whitehead, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Why hasn't his bishop, Mr. Whitehead, said anything about how this was a private matter that was going to stay in the congregation, that he didn't want the media involved, and that was going to be between him, his congregation, his family, and the police?
Right.
He wants that fame. He ain't gonna make a private matter.
Exactly. Right. And I don't buy it for a cotton. Or I don't buy it. I'm not there with that. I'm not believing that for 1 second that he did not have anything to do with this video getting to the blogs, the media, whoever else. I don't buy it. He had this put out there. Or he would have told us he didn't from the very beginning.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, we have 2 new guests on. Go ahead and introduce yourself, you guys.
Hello, my name is Jennifer. I am the light of the Leo, and this is my lovely husband,
Mr. TD McCullum.
Thank you guys for coming on. Go ahead and sound off, because you know these 3 next to me, they all like to talk. So y'all go ahead and take the floor.
These 2 are my super co-host panel. We're all co-hosts on the show, but they join me every Thursday for our church news. So thank y'all for coming. Look at us wearing out. We coming to war. We coming to war.
Right, y'all ready for war?
Welcome, y'all.
Go ahead, girl.
First of all, Steph, sis, your bishopness, I love it. That tickled me so. Whew. Anywho, yeah, I think all of this is getting really messy very quickly. And I believe the bulk of this is really tied towards hateration and holleration and all these people's dancery. So when you have,
and not dancing in the Holy Ghost. They're not dancing in the Holy Ghost.
That's not involved. Okay?
There's no Holy Ghost party there.
And you know, Holy Ghost. We literally just got off the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Okay, not just. That was like earlier, way earlier. Anywho, but we got off of there, and it's like, you know, as a pastor, as a bishop, we use that so loosely in this situation.
Right.
Right.
Why aren't we looking to save souls? Why aren't we looking to make sure that people's lives are getting better?
Right.
Why aren't we showing love? You know, because you can see where his goals are. His goals are to get money and to get fame. And for him to especially team up with Tasha, are y'all saying her name on here?
Yeah, Tasha K. Yeah, you can say names. I'm at 23,000, so I don't care who gets mad at me. We can say names now.
Okay, so for him to team up with Tasha K, the first thing that came up in my mind was like, anybody that is an enemy of my enemy is my friend. So I believe, I believe Whitehead is jealous.
Yeah.
And he would like to have it because a lot of people were asking me, why isn't he going after the Fat Joes? You know, he did an interview with him. Why isn't he going after the people? But you got to think about what he's trying to do. He wants to connect with people that are getting money from parishioners, which is somebody like a Larry Reid, somebody like a King Jives, because they have great audiences that are blessing them with money for the things that they do, giving them $8 here, $9 there, passing them $100 over here. And he wants to be connected to people that will do the same. So that's why he's hitting those belts rather than trying to get the really famous people that for some reason they're letting him talk. But go ahead, Tyrone. I ain't gonna be the chatty Cathy.
Oh no, you said a lot, and a lot of what I would like to say right now. If I'm gonna hit him where it needs to be hit, your ego has been demoralized, diminished to the point that you're at this point in time. I'm lashing out at everybody that lashed out at me.
Right.
Just to put myself above them. And with that type of attitude, it's only going to bring you down even further.
And he's doing that with a bunch of lies.
Right.
It's so difficult to even listen to him at this point, because now he's just putting things out his butt at this point. Like, he's taking what little bit he hears and turning it into his truth, which is really annoying. And please excuse me for eating the cookies. I just made some cookies, and you talking about come on live, and I'm not gonna not eat that cookie. So,
I want some cookies too.
It's still warm, and y'all can watch me.
I'm gonna go to the store and get some cookies. But question: someone mentioned that Larry Reid is being sued by 2 women allegedly, one in South Carolina, one in Chicago. Y'all heard of that?
Nope.
No.
First time. Haven't heard.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Let me ask y'all the next question. And this will be for everybody, but I'll start out with you two first. As far as Larry Reid and King Jives, do y'all believe that they should have stayed away from talking about this situation, or they were in the right for giving their commentary?
I automatically have a no in my shando. And I tell you this is because stuff like this, in my opinion, I'm just speaking for myself, not saying that it's the truth. It's just what I feel. Stuff like this has been happening for a very long time. And stuff like this needs to be put out there. It needs to be amplified, because there are people that are in churches like this and that's letting this go on. If you start to see a mirror of the issues that are going on in a church like this, you will start to actually question this.
Right.
That's why I believe it's much better that we have these conversations any way that it can be had, so people can, first of all, be informed, and second of all, feel free to start asking questions, because I pity anybody that feels okay with being under a pastor like that.
Absolutely. I agree. It needed to be scrutinized. I mean, the fact that you believe you are above scrutiny, that's a problem. Because you might as well be up there with our former president, who doesn't believe that anybody has the right to check him or put him in his place. Or, in this time, the church is definitely under attack, and it's from within.
There you go. There you go.
Something about the religious aspect of it. It's more of the governing of the church is under attack because y'all did wrong.
And it's the
how
people,
you operated, and the people allowing these things to happen time and time again. And just say, oh, we'll just pray for them. No, we need to correct these issues before moving forward. If we don't, it's just going to continue to happen over and over again.
And so many people promoted their pastors, their bishops to their gods. So they don't even see them as people that can actually do anything wrong. So we just need to remember that they're all human beings. And that's not an excuse. It's just simply the truth. They're human beings. So they are apt to be able to not be humble sometimes, or they can start to think about themselves only sometimes and not be considerate of their congregation. So we just need to open our eyeballs.
In addition to that, opening our eyeballs. We must learn to think for ourselves and not just rely on our leadership to think
That's
for
right.
us.
That's right.
That puts you into the space of being in a cult, not a religious practice.
Because if we can question God, we sure should be able to question the pastor.
That's true. And Casey, question for you. Well, same question. Do you believe that King Jives and Stephanie had to go out. Do you believe that King Jives and Larry Reid had the right to talk about this?
I absolutely do. I mean, I'm gonna say I'm twerking on the fence. Yes and no. It's just it's one of them things you just gotta be like, yeah, then you gotta say no. But hey, I'm just on the fence on that one.
Okay, I like that. And then Juice, as far as you, does the church have a PR? Where's his PR person?
Maybe it's his inner third self. I don't know.
He does everything.
Yeah, because I'm just all like, who is directing him to do this? I mean, what? I don't understand. Because usually when you have a church, it's all about the image and all about protecting it. So when you out there acting a plumb fool, who's directing him to do this? It seems like it's himself is directing him to do all this.
I know who's not directed him. I know who's not directed him to do this.
Who? Tell it.
The Lord himself is not directing him to do any of this. I can tell you that.
But the devil's always up in the church one way or another.
Hey, he was
Satan
in heaven.
do know the Bible.
Look,
enemy was in heaven. He don't came down to earth, and it's easier down here. So hey,
but sometimes we do give the devil just a little bit too much credit, because us as humans, as we just try to be for ourselves and try to do for ourselves and try to make our own way versus trying to have the Lord help us in that, we can step into all of the BS all by ourselves. No problem.
Right.
Exactly.
And Stephanie, question for you, Stephanie. As far as Tasha K getting involved in this, now I have to say allegedly she gave this to Bishop Whitehead. However, why would she risk herself in trying to destroy Larry Reid's reputation? This doesn't look good, especially coming off the Cardi B case, right?
That is a question that I think she could only answer. I do not know. I don't. I can't wrap my head around it. That's a question far beyond what I could tell you right now.
And then Casey, you would agree that it doesn't look good for Tasha K to get involved in this. And on top of that, just because you had a falling out with somebody doesn't mean that you should try to defame them, right?
Correct. But this reeks, like I said before, it reeks of Tasha. Old Brad didn't know nothing about this until Tasha.
Mm-hmm. And then also, I do want to ask you this. Do you think possibly, Juice, cover your ears. Do you think possibly that Whitehead might want a little head? Go ahead.
Exactly. Yeah, he don't just want a little, he want a whole lot.
Thank you for the respect. Thank you.
You're welcome. I see you put your finger up. Go ahead.
I absolutely agree with Casey. I'm sorry, but I know that a lot of us know about, doth protest too much. We really bringing up homosexuality a whole lot if that's something that you're not into. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I find it crazy because these are the kind of the stereotypes. The church hate gay people and stuff like that. And then he's always bringing up Larry Reid's sexuality all the time, and he's heavily invested in this. And I believe also that's why he brought out these allegations. And then to put a virus on him, which has been proven not to be true. It's just so crazy to me. This man just keeps stepping into dog poop, you know?
In the words of Beyonce, Old Bread want a little surfboard.
Yeah, but he's simply not a smart man, though. It's just really what I bring that down to. He's not really a smart man. And as far as that Tasha K stuff, I believe Tasha K is just mad at the world. Because there's a lot
Somebody
going
need to
on with
report
her.
to the zoo to come get her.
Speaking of the zoo,
especially for her to be living in a different country, and like she's been having to run away from having to pay. I'm sure she's under a lot of pressure.
Right.
I just think of it like this: you're trying to ask this leopard to change its spots.
Oh, that's true. You can't. The
mic drop right there.
Going to do what Tasha needs to do
every single day.
Get her coin. And
drumming
up
She's gonna say what she needs to say.
Is how she got her coin.
That's true.
And for Whitehead,
that's a mic drop right there.
Yeah. Whitehead continued to say on the thing, well, Tasha, I don't know about this because this is not what I do. I don't know. This is not my stuff. So I'm going to pour this and have you got to do this part. But he's on his Instagram. He's on his Facebook, YouTube for, at random, 1 hour minimum on all his, conversations. Right. So for him to try and he's not even a great actor. That's what I'm trying to say. He's not even a great actor.
Right. Because we can safely assume Tasha had something to do with this.
Come on now. Please don't go into acting, Whitehead, because you ain't going.
Let me ask Stephanie a question. Stephanie, if you get sued, can you move to Africa to be absolved of any? Stephanie, can you answer that?
There are a multitude of ways to affect a judgment overseas. So, it shouldn't help, but honestly, there are also a multitude of ways to evade a judgment. So, I mean, I think this might be a long game of cat and mouse. We'll just have to see. I think they will keep trying, and then she, if indeed she is trying to get away from it, she's going to have to keep doing that, and it's just going to last a long time if that's what it's going to be.
Right, because what I definitely see is that she'll just keep playing the game. She's going through the appeal process again, I guess, to try to put this off as much as possible. But Cardi B is out there saying, like, be where my money at, And I find it interesting that she can basically prolong this longer and longer and longer. Like, does she think that it's going to get to the point where Cardi B possibly says, like, oh, I'm done?
Yes. Yeah. And so that happens a lot, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
wow.
It's different for someone like Cardi, who, she has the means, or lawyers could look at it as she potentially has the means to continue to do this. She's determined now, but that wears off. I will tell you that, a lot of people are very ferocious at the beginning of a case. And then, especially when you're trying to effectuate a judgment, that gets exhausting. But she will have the legal, legal team to do that for her. So, maybe she could just let it ride, and let them do their job. And that way she won't be as stressed out about it as, people who are having to be much more involved because, they just don't have the means to have a legal team to carry that burden for them. So,
speaking of riding, that's what Oprah want to do.
Oh my goodness. I have got to go, and my cats want dinner, and they're going to get me off of this one way or another. So I do want to just say, as we are talking about his bishopness and how he is not, his actions are potentially leading the people of God astray, like a millstone around their necks. Ephesians 4:29-32 says, "Let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths, but only such as is good for building up, as fits the occasion, that it may give grace to all those who hear. And do not grieve the Holy Spirit of God, for whom you were sealed for the day of redemption. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and slander be put away from you, along with all malice. Be kind to one another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another, as God in Christ forgave you."
Wow. Thank you, Stephanie, for that.
Come on, Steph.
So
I had to bring that to poetry, you know, when they do the snap.
And so Bishop Whitehead, your bishopness, if you can hear this, let all who have ears hear. So good night, everybody.
Good night, Stephanie. Thank you so much for coming on.
And I want you guys to listen.
All
When
right.
she read that, did y'all hear anything about getting somebody in the neck? I ain't heard that, did you? That's all I'm trying to say. You didn't hear that part.
It wasn't in there.
That wasn't in there.
Right. Casey, let me go ahead and ask you, any last final words you would like to give?
Yeah, Bray, you want to fight somebody? Come fight me.
Now, would you be down to box Old Head?
Actually, I would. I want to box him. I'll fight him. Street fight.
Street.
All right now.
Damn. All right, Casey. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you.
Bye, y'all.
Bye,
you
Casey.
have a good one.
Oh my goodness. She said she want a street fight, that knuckle to knuckle. Okay.
Hey, Juice, do you have any last final words? Anything you would like to say? Let me put all of us on the screen.
Yeah, I would say this. I would say, people, you have to understand that verse that's in the Bible that says the wolf in sheep's clothing. It's there for a reason. It lets us know that people are going to try and portray to be men and women of God, but they truly are not. It's time for us to be able to know their deception and the things that they do. And we are not back in our great grandparents' days where we just trusted everybody that came along and said they were a pastor. We are in the days now that we can challenge. We have voices now. We can speak and we can have conversations to let these pastors know we're not going to tolerate and put up with this kind of stuff. Yes, people have left the church and people are still leaving the church, but isn't it time for us to not have just the people leave, but the bad pastors and bishops leave too?
Right. That's true.
Just my thought.
Right.
Yeah.
And then also, I want to get you guys' opinion as well, too. Last words, Leo.
Yes. All of this, and it seems like almost everything that we talk about on the Juice Radio and Talk Show boils down to getting to know God for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's so many, LGBTQIA people or anybody that's just been shunned away from the church because they're just not liked and been pushed away so that they would have to find God for themselves. I feel that a lot of those people have even closer relationships with the Lord than a lot of people that's just still in church every day, leaning on what the pastor says.
Yeah.
So
right.
At the end of the day, build your own relationship with God.
That's right.
With building that relationship, he will let you know where you don't need to be. He will let that unction start to, you feel a way, you know what I'm saying, when you're in the church like that, and you'll see something in that man of God. I say that loosely, on the pulpit. And you'll say, you know what, this ain't for me. And you won't even have to waste your money, waste your time on something that is not for you.
That's
so
right.
As you, if you're serious about a walk with him, just continue to pray, continue to read the Bible, continue to find him for yourself. Talk to him. And you will find the best space for yourself. It took us a minute, but we found it. And
I love that.
That's how we find out for yourself.
Yeah.
Start there.
That's the revelation of it all. Your Genesis starts with you and God directly in covenant. That starts at home, not in the four walls of the church.
Come on now.
Right. I always talk about having a relationship with God, personally. And I think so many people feel like you have to go into the four walls, talking about the church, in order to have a relationship with God. But I feel that I have fostered my own relationship, and I think it's a beautiful thing without even having to go to church to do it, because anybody, sorry. I think, somebody was trying to call me. That's what it was.
Oh.
Okay, let me exit out of that. Okay, sorry about that.
Okay.
But you can foster that relationship without having to go beyond the four walls, and I always think that's very important to make that statement, because a lot of people feel like, oh, I don't feel comfortable, I don't feel like this. And so like you can easily read your Bible, you can open it up and just start reading it. Like you don't necessarily have to understand everything, because now that we have online, anything can be translated for you, because I didn't finish college, so I stumble over some of the words and stuff like that, and some of the names. I know Psalms is not palms. I know that. I'm not that dumb.
Yes.
But let me read Stephanie super chat. She said, "We are still in the churches. Always have been. Always will be." Thank you, Stephanie, for that. I appreciate you saying that exactly. And because she did that, I do got to play a commercial, so we'll be right back.
Before I continue with my message, thank you, Sister Avanti, $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister.
Oh my God. I love it. Yes.
Juice, would you like to go ahead and close us out with anything uplifting, regarding the church, or maybe a scripture?
Oh yeah, I'll pull up a scripture, but let me pull this one up.
Yeah.
I would like to say also, if any of you are in the channel and you would like to follow our channel, you can find us at Juice Radio and Talk Show. AT2 will probably put that in the chats for you.
Yeah, I'll do that right now.
And we have our church news every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. And we have our regular, other stuff that we come on the channel and do as well. But Thursday
Eastern
night
time, right?
Eastern Standard Time, yes. Eastern Standard Time. I would like to read a verse. We're going to go to 1 Timothy chapter 3.
Okay, come on.
Chapter 3, verse 1 through 4. This is giving you the qualifications of an overseer or a deacon, also bishops. It says, these are things that bishops should be. Here is a trustworthy saying. Whoever aspires to be an overseer desires a noble task. Now the overseer is to be above reproach, faithful to his wife, temperate, which means you have to learn how to control your temper. You must be self-controlled, respectable, hospitable, able to teach, not given to drunkenness, not violent, not quarrelsome. You must be gentle, not a lover of money. And he must manage his own family well and see that his children obey him, and he must do so in a manner worthy of full respect. If anybody requires to have the title of a bishop, they must, according to this word, if you're representing this Bible, you must be these things. And there are several in there, if not all, that bishop is not upholding. That's my thought.
I love that. I love that. And I went ahead and put you guys' link to the show. I just want to say thank you so much, Leo, TD, Juice, for coming on. I appreciate y'all so much. Stephanie did send another super chat. She said, the churches couldn't run without the rainbow. That's LGBTQIA 23 elemental P.
Elemental P. Come on now. Come on, Stephanie.
We need all of y'all.
All the alphabet.
Come on now.
Yes.
Every bit.
Elemental
That's
P.
right.
You are right.
You
are right. AT2, what's your Cash App? Is it in here or this? I know this.
Yes, it's scrolling down at the bottom. It's $sign the real AT2.
Okay, $sign the real AT2. I know I don't want YouTube to get half your money or however they do that.
Yeah, they be getting your coins.
I know that part.
Trying to get their tithes.
Right, they trying to get their tithes. Yeah, because I said we locking the church doors until I get my rent paid. We locking the church doors. But I want to say,
Jennifer done ate the cookies. We ain't got no food. We locked up.
Right, Jennifer ate the cookies. We ain't got no food.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
But people need to know that this is just one man. There are several other good pastors and bishops and leaders that are out there, The problem is one bad person can overshadow several other good people. So we just have to make sure and understand that he's not representing all bishops. He's just representing himself.
Right.
And let's not confuse charisma with anointing.
Oof.
They're not the same.
Right. I agree with that. It is not the same. I think so much the time we kind of look at the flashy and we look at everything and we go like, oh, we want to be like that. We see him and he got this and he got that. And it's all like, that's not who you really want to be. Jesus was not flashy, so for people to look at that and think that that's okay or that's a part of no, it's not. And I will say it is kind of intimidating because it gets to the point where it becomes cultish. And what I mean by that is that you have people that will follow everything the pastor says and not have any kind of discernment or think for themselves. And Leo, you were saying this earlier, like people not thinking for themselves. They just literally follow everything. You're like, wait, hold on. Like, I know like somebody got to have a brain. Like, didn't y'all hear this? Like, y'all ain't got no questions. It's okay. Just like you questioning God, you should definitely question the leader too as well.
Absolutely.
I agree with that.
That's
absolutely. Because life out here too crazy. People crazy out here. And if you put all your trust that you're supposed to be putting in God into a man, that's scary. That is scary. Not saying that you can't trust pastors. What I'm saying is you got to be able to trust God first. Trust that God has you where you're supposed to be. Trust that God will have the right people around you. Trust all of that. And that's when you can really start to trust other people because you trust that God has put you where you need to be.
Right. I love that. Thank you guys so much. Oh, go ahead, T. Go ahead.
So amazing that we sing the song, The God in Me, but we don't trust the God in me.
Okay. All right now.
Oh, you talking about Mary Mary?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
I love that song.
We gonna trust
That's true. That's true.
That's funny. I love AT2 and his church segments. Thank you so much for having me in the house of Bishop AT2.
Yes.
Bishop AT2.
Thank y'all. Thank you. No, I love y'all. Thank y'all for even just coming up here and just speaking to me and just having this great conversation because I believe it or not, I learned a lot from you three. And I think that it was so great for you guys to come up here and just give your knowledge. And a lot of people are loving y'all in the chat. So I put the link to the channel. So they better follow you guys. Okay.
That's right. And those of you who are watching now, if you haven't already, click like on this channel, on this video, click the like button now. Come on, help AT2 out. He's a good guy. Thank you so much, AT2. We appreciate you. You don't have to do this, but you do, and you do it so well, and you do it so respectfully. I know I have to cover my eyes, my ears, even you told me to cover my ears.
I don't have to cover. We can listen.
You guys don't have to cover your ears. AT2 knows your ears, and you see, I don't even question him. I just go, okay.
Right.
I'm secular safe, okay?
Okay, good. All right, thank you guys. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you so much. And I'll be sending that cat. Thank you so much.
Of course. All right, y'all. That was a great conversation. We almost been online for 2 hours, so it was a good conversation. I want to say shout out to everybody for coming on the show today. Also, Stephanie and Casey as well. I appreciate y'all. If y'all had any more questions, commentary that y'all want to give, make sure you guys go ahead and leave it in the comments section. I just want to say thank you to everybody on Facebook and here on YouTube. Oh, and also shout out to everybody on Twitter as well, too, for watching the show. It's been great. And I just always love these kind of conversations, especially when it comes to the church. I know this kind of started out a little messy originally, but because of the topic and the person that we're talking about. But I always just love these conversations because it's I don't want to say healing, but it's comforting. It's very comforting. And especially when you have people like TD, Leo, and Juice on here that just show so much love and so much grace. And it doesn't feel judgmental. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? It doesn't feel judgmental. So I want to say that I definitely appreciate them. But we're going to go ahead and get the heck on out of here. Big Brother is about to come on. You know I'm a Big Brother fan. We're going to talk about it a little bit later. But I just want to say deuces, y'all. We out of here. Hold on. Let me play the commercial before we get out of here. Hold on.
Me, Cups, it's not. We're not going to do it. Cups, I sent you a message. I sent you a message in the DM. I'm not going to do it. You're sitting up here laughing about some what you need $25,000 for. Sis, me and you was behind the scenes trying to make things a reality. We were supposed to have been helping the community. We were supposed to have been building women up. You're not on that. And it stops here. 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 It stops here.